position. Ruben McMurter, number 24. He'll ride the Yamaha Motor Canada 750. Michele Mercier, having already clinched the championship, will be up on his team Suzuki 750. Art Robbins, a big crowd favorite here at Shannonville, back on the Rothmans Honda 750. Tom Walther, number 993 from Surrey, BC. He'll be riding Mercier's backup Suzuki after having problems on his Honda. Tommy Douglas, 185 from Laval, Quebec, has been the surprise of the series this year. He rides a Yamaha. And Steve Dick, number 101 from Burnaby, British Columbia, he'll be on a Honda Interceptor 750. Riders preparing across that front line. There is Mercier, McMurter, 24. Up on the outside, Walther. A big crowd here at Shannonville, and the field away. Mercier got the big front wheel in the air, and it'll be 24 McMurter leading it through turn 1. Michele Mercier got that front wheel in the air. He had to back out of the throttle, and it was 24 McMurter grabbing the early lead. Mercier in the second place spot as they go up through turns 2 and 3. The third place rider is 185 Tommy Douglas. As Douglas gets off to a good start, Art Robbins, number 47, back there in the fourth place spot. 24 McMurter through turn 4, but again, Mercier is right there on his rear tire looking for an opening. Mercier up on the outside of McMurter, but could not get around. 185 Douglas still holding on to third, and 47 Robbins back in the fourth place spot. Art Robbins, who's missed the last couple of events with mechanical problems, getting through in a third. A lovely pass there by Robbins. Here is Mercier up on the outside of McMurter through the S's, but again, McMurter will hold him off. Yamaha, Suzuki, and Honda battle here in the early going, and Douglas trying to chase the front-running 3 riders down. It's Lusby, number 13, back in the 5th place spot. There is McMurter, your leader, off the end of the back straightaway, followed by Mercier on the number 1 machine, then Robbins, 47, as they break into Allen's corner. It's Robbins, number 47, on the inside. Robbins will take over second place, and he has got the capacity crowd on their feet here at Shannonville. McMurter, 24, back to the line. There's Paul McMillan, who started right in the back on the other Rothmans Honda machine. He's worked his way up through half the field. McMurter, your leader, 47, Robbins in second, and here's Mercier, number 1, closing on Robbins. He'll take over second place.
I saw a little puff of smoke from Robbins' Honda, but it could be anything at this point. Earlier, I talked to leader Ruben McMurter about his plans.
My plan today is to try to win the race. If I get the cash for money, there is a shot at the first place cash for money. So if it goes my way, great. That's the reward for working hard, I think. If it ends up second or third, then fine, but I'm going for the win. I want to prove that I'm still one of the fastest guys, or the fastest guy in Canada, and I'm going to give it my best shot.
So far here today, it's been McMurter, the fastest man on the racetrack, but here's Michele Mercier sitting up at the end of the straightaway. Mercier will take the lead, and again, that's Suzuki showing a little bit more horsepower along the back straightaway at Shannonville. Mercier was able to work the draft. Here's a good battle further back in the pack. 87, Norm Murphy on the Team Tide machine, running with Paul McMillan, number 9.
And there's the standings, and the one prize that most of these riders are shooting for today is the $20,000 Castrol Contingency Award. Right now, it's Tommy Douglas who's in the driver's seat to collect the check at the end of this race. Art Robbins and Ruben McMurter can only wish for Tommy to retire or fall off. McMillan and Murphy also have a chance at the money, but I think they're too far back right now, Pat, to pose any threat at all.
There is your leader, Craig, Michele Mercier, staying about 10, 12 bike lengths ahead of 24, Ruben McMurter, and now the race for third, involving 47, Art Robbins, and number 185, Tommy Douglas.
Well, look at that. Art Robbins keeps looking back at Douglas, almost daring him to pass. Pat, what do you suppose is on Art's mind right now?
Well, I think Art is trying to get Tommy to pick up the pace and perhaps push it beyond what he wants to run here this afternoon. There's the battle back with Lusby, number 13, and McMillan, number 9. I don't think Douglas is going to push it that hard. He is going to ride a calculated, conservative race here because he knows that fourth place position is all that he needs to put his name on that $20,000 check.
Well, the crowd here today is just happy to see Art back on the racetrack, Pat, and he's doing not bad a job for a bike that hasn't completed 2 of the last races.
Well, that Honda's running pretty well here today, but I still think Art is a little bit down in horsepower. Further back, the battle involving 71 Kathleen Coburn, 115 Richard Jago, 88 Kyle Andrews, and then Tony Sharpless, and they're just ahead of 993 Tom Walther on Mercier's backup Suzuki. I don't think Tom is quite that comfortable on the machine.
That cat-and-mouse game continues with Robbins and Douglas, and I asked Tommy earlier if this season had been better than he could have expected.
Yeah, it's surpassed my expectations quite a bit. I was hoping to finish in the top 3 in both my classes, and those were my goals. But I didn't really expect to be up for this Castrol money. There are other people who deserve it, I know, who've been in the sport a long time and have been working really hard. But I feel that my consistency has finally paid off, and that's what I'm hoping to stay with over the years.
We'll be back with the concluding laps in the closing stages of round 7 of the Castrol Motorplan National Superbike Championship race for the Canadian #1 plate.
And that prestigious award was wrapped up by Shannonville's Michele Mercier at our last event. Michele amassed a total of 76 points, and his nearest rival, Tommy Douglas, cannot catch him even if he wins this final race, Pat.
Our congratulations, Craig, go to Michele Mercier and the entire Team Suzuki racing effort that's just been outstanding all season long.
And in the closing laps, the Western riders are starting to put heat on Robbins and Douglas right now, Pat.
Craig, we've got a tremendous 4-rider battle going on for that 3rd place position right now. There is Robbins leading it into the S's. 185, Douglas is right there, 101. Steve Dick and 73, Steve Crevier, have come up here now to challenge Robbins and Douglas for 3rd and 4th place. So perhaps that cat and mouse game they had going earlier did cost them some time on the clocks, and that has moved Dick and Crevier up into a challenging position. Off the end of the straightaway into turn 11, it is 101. Steve Dick moving around into that 4th place position. Steve Dick has taken over the 4th place spot as Tommy Douglas now drops back to 5th, and there is 73 Crevier in the 6th place position.
And Douglas has got to be kind of careful here, Pat, because if he makes a mistake, he could blow away all that big Castrol money.
Well, if Tommy rides the way he has all season long, he's going to keep it on the racetrack and right now try to hold off fellow Yamaha rider 73, Steve Crevier, for that 5th place spot. It is 47, Art Robbins leading it off the end of the straightaway through turn 2, then Dick number 101.
And there's the man who hasn't put a wheel wrong all day, winning the 750 production race, leading now and the new Canadian Superbike champion. I asked Mercier if it was all too easy.
No, it was even harder this year. It's you know, nothing was easy. We had a great team, I can say. You know, George Moran was looking after the whole thing. Mike Crumden was doing a perfect mechanic. I never had any breakdown, and I did my job too. You know, I made sure I didn't fall, and always consistent and push when I had to push, and just be conservative when I had to. Everything worked out fine, and you know, I think everybody did a professional job. Suzuki helped a lot. You know, all my sponsorship, I won't name all of them because you know, there's a lot of them. And you know, I just hope everybody's happy with the year, and I hope to do it again next year.
That race for 3rd place, less than a lap to go off the end of the back straightaway. Robbins holding off. 101, Steve Dick for that 3rd place spot. Then it's Douglas 185 and Crevier. Here's your leader, Michele Mercier. Just 1 corner to go, and what a way to finish up the season with the championship and a final win here at Shannonville. Mercier takes the checkered flag for the win. McMurter takes 2nd, and here's the battle for 3rd out of the final turn. Robbins number 47 will hold off Steve Dick. It'll be 185 Douglas in 5th and Crevier in 6th.
And just a great afternoon of racing for a great Canadian athlete, Michele Mercier, winning his 3rd national superbike race of 7. McMurter came a strong 2nd, and Art Robbins held on for 3rd place, with Tommy Douglas picking up the $20,000 Castrol Award. Here's Pat with the presentation.
#1 plate holder for 1988, the Canadian Superbike champion, the flying French-Canadian Michele Mercier.